Hello parents and guardians, this is Mr. Longo and I am making this video for you in case you were unable to make parent night, so you have an idea of how my Honors Algebra 2 Trig class works. And what I am currently doing is what I call student paced, and basically what it is students take control of their learning. So they get to decide what's going to work best for them to be successful in my class. So they can choose to watch videos at home, they can choose to watch videos in class, they have choices. They can choose how much homework they want to do. They even get to choose their own quiz and test dates. So really, they are in control of my class. And I'm going to give you a few reasons why it's amazing. And this information comes from former students. So this is currently the third year that I've been doing this. And all of this feedback that's coming your way is from some of my former students. And this is why they think it's amazing. You don't only learn math, you learn how to be responsible for yourself. Students will learn time management skills. They will learn how to self-assess themselves, because if they're getting ready to take a quiz or a test, if they don't feel prepared, then they can take another day. They learn to be proactive and ask questions instead of just sitting in the back of the room not asking questions, and basically they learn not to procrastinate as well. They also get to learn how to work with others, because they will get to select a group of their choice, or they can select a partner, they can select to work by themselves. They really have many options, but from former students, the recipe for success is to find a group or a partner to work with, so you're not doing this by yourself. I have a few other things that came from surveys from students. For the past couple years in my Honors Algebra 2 Trig class, 89% of students have taken the survey stating that they prefer the student-paced method over the traditional or the flipped classroom. So traditional classroom is just your typical teacher stands at the board, gives a lesson, students take notes, go home, do the homework. The flipped classroom, which I did for many years, is where I would create videos similar to what they're going to watch now, but they would watch them at home. They would come back the next day. We would do pop quizzes, note checks, but they had to keep the same pace as me. And then, of course, this new one is pretty much, it's all on their shoulders. So out of all those three methods, like I said, 89% of my Honors Algebra 2 Trig students prefer this method. And then, of course, I have a few quotes from students that I always share with my current students, so they understand what I'm doing and how they can be successful. Students have reported that they feel more prepared for college because they learn how to budget their time and not slack off. Another student said, "At first I hated this class because I have always been told what to do and when to do it. And then after they learn how to take advantage of the flexibility, I love it." And that is a very popular comment from many students. And it's because students don't like change at the beginning of a year. They're used to doing something for 10 years, but that's not the way the real world works. You do have to deal with change from time to time. So once they catch on to the method, most of the time they love it. Many students have also said that they're in sports or honors or other AP classes, and they really appreciate the time where they can take an extra day to study for a quiz or a test. So they don't have to take multiple honors or AP tests on the same day. Or if they get home from a away game at 10 o'clock at night, they don't have to study for a quiz or a test the next day. They can take an extra day because they get to pick their quiz and test days. Other students, find a group to work with, never get lazy, and do your practice problems. Most popular response for students that claim that they don't like it is basically because they self-proclaim themselves as procrastinators or being lazy, and they don't get enough work done in time, and then it's close to the end of the semester and they have to rush. So students have said multiple times if they could do it again, they wouldn't be lazy. Another funny one, tips for success by a former student, her initials LB. Find yourself a good group to work with, like the Fab Five. They had a group of five. And watch your videos and take notes at home so you can work together in class on the practice problems and take an extra day to study if you need it, but never fall behind. Last year, I had a student finish 2.5 weeks ahead of schedule. Yes, they can finish early. No, they can't finish late because there is a deadline. They have to understand everything by the time they get to a final exam. So they can't fall too far behind. Typically, I will allow students to only get a week behind up until a certain part of the semester, and then they have to start making up ground. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why I absolutely love the student-paced classroom. I started it, like I said, a couple years ago, and I have no intentions of going back because I've just seen higher test averages from students. Students are happy with it. As I said, an overwhelming majority prefer it to any other method. So it's just, I have no reason to go back, so I just wanted to give everybody a little heads up of the most important part of what I'm going to speak at parent night tonight. So if you were unable to make it, now you're kind of caught up. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call or send me an email. Otherwise, how we close the videos is this is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.